Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the Super Ref unit, which is here, and we're going to be doing a push-pull demonstration. So ideally, I'm going to be showing you how simple it is to set up under push-pull and also how quick the process is. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're doing here in the demonstration. So we're taking our Super Ref recovery unit and we're going to take a charging cylinder, and the reason we're using a charging cylinder is primarily because it's got the glass column here which will show you the liquid refrigerant. Now it's around about 2 kilos sitting in the system at the moment. When we do the transfer, my finger will be on this and you'll be able to see how quick 2 kilograms of refrigerant is transferred from this cylinder into the recovery cylinder. Now the recovery cylinder, the reason I call it that is because it has 2 valves, 2 ports, and this system here, the charging cylinder, has 2 valves and 2 ports. So when you're recovering out of a system in push-pull, you need to have access to both the liquid side and also the vapor side on the system. So if we have a look at the piping arrangement and the functionality of push-pull, what we want to do is be able to force down on top of this column of liquid, which is sitting in the cylinder there, and push it. So hydraulically forcing that liquid out, and then it's going to come out through the yellow hose, through the liquid valve, and then up into the recovery cylinder here, also through the liquid valve. So this hose here has nothing to do at all with the recovery unit, it's purely the liquid transfer line. So to be able to get the liquid forced down, we need to put some pressure in on top here, and naturally we can't use air or anything else like that. It's a closed system. We use vapour from the system to do that. So what we're going to do, it's a bit of a compromise, but we're going to take vapour out of the recovery cylinder, up through the vapour valve port, down through the red line, into the inlet of the recovery unit. We're then going to put that vapour back through the process of the recovery unit and then force it out through the blue line up into the top of the cylinder here, which will then force down, put pressure and force down the liquid, transferring through the yellow transfer line here. So you can see from that basic piping arrangement, there's absolutely no liquid at all goes through the recovery unit. It's just, it's always pulling in vapour, and then the discharge will be the force that forces the liquid through the liquid transfer line. So it's a really simple setup measure, but as stated, you do need to have a recovery cylinder that has dual ports, dual valves, and also in the system itself you need to have access to both a liquid and a vapour port. We recommend that for this particular system, primarily you would use it on anything containing 10 kilograms or more, realising that this process, so this smaller unit here will transfer liquid at around about just under the 6 kilos per minute. So if this is around about 2 kilos, you'd think that would probably take around about 15 seconds to transfer into the system here. So let's give it a go. Okay, so now from that demonstration you can see just how quick it is to transfer liquid refrigerant in the push-pull out of the system. You can see that I didn't time it, but we were looking around about that sort of 15-second mark. Once you complete that task, then you are obliged to remove the vapour, because remembering that this only uses a force to push the liquid out, transfer it into a recovery cylinder, the actual system itself would still be full of vapour. So that would be a simple matter of isolating the liquid transfer line, swapping over the inlet and outlet of the recovery unit, and then completing the process. So if you look at, from a timings perspective, the liquid push-pull method is absolutely a time saver and a real winner with when you use one of these units working out in the field, and it has its place. It's really aimed at systems that are larger, so as we stated, 10 kilos or more. So if you're just using smaller domestic work, we'd still recommend that you would use this unit for vapour recovery only, but either way you have that flexibility with both units to go out and tackle the smallest job, domestic fridge, all the way through to something large, like a large package system or a rack type system. So thank you very much for watching today's session.